This thing needs a T-bar and some fenders. Oh yeah. John loves this thing. John! John will think this is badass. John! Oh wait, we have a real one now.
Did a video talking about getting a Peterbilt before, but I didn't really talk about why or what we got. And I guess today we're gonna give you guys like a little tour of what we got, why we got it, and what our plans are with it. So, I've been talking about getting a Pete for a while. We started a project that we might have gone in a little too deep.
You're so dumb.
We did go in way too deep.
That's what she said.
But we're not shallow stroking over here. We're going all the way in.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Essentially in race car terms, because this is technically a race car channel, what we did was we said, hey, let's build something. And we're like, all right. So we went and got like, let's just say a 3rd gen Camaro. Bone stock, and we skinned it and we took the body off and we're like, all right, now let's build Slick Rick. With 0 race car experience.
No, you pulled it out of the weeds.
We pulled a 3rd gen out of the weeds, peeled the body off, and then we said, we're gonna build a Pro Mod or build Slick Rick. And like, we laid the 2 frame rails and we're like, all right, we're doing it. And then we kind of stood back and we're like, what are we doing?
Wow, okay.
We don't know what we're doing. And I threw the towel in, just like that.
You're not that guy, pal, trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay. And really what happened was when I got to pricing out a motor and a transmission for what I wanted, it was cheaper in the long run to just buy a complete truck, and that's what we ended up doing. So I did some research, I learned a lot along the way, and I think we ended up with a really nice piece. So this is my 2003 Peterbilt 379, and it's got everything that I wanted on it as far as like really good bones, and it just needed it needs some love here and there. It was a working truck. Now is it considered a working truck, Mason? Yeah. We're gonna work it. We're gonna work it. Mason is vital in this because Mason is an ex-shit hauler from Indiana. He is the shittiest shit hauler. You have any videos of you slinging the drive shaft out of them?
No, I wish. I slung the drive shaft out of one truck one time.
Come on.
It's coming for you, bud.
No, don't say that.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby!
So, Mason, obviously, I'm a big kid. We're into equipment, we're into trucks. Mason has experience driving trucks. A lot of the guys that we do work with, they drive trucks. Drag racing has a large background of guys that drive trucks. So when we ended up getting this, there's like certain things that we wanted. Mason was involved with doing the stretch on the other one, and we kind of talked about what we want, what kind of motors we like, what kind of suspension we like. We're both Peterbilt guys. I mean, it's tough to not like a Peterbilt.
You can't not like a Peterbilt.
There's some guys that like Kenworths. They sit when they pee. That's
a little rough.
There's different strokes for different folks. For me, I like a cat. Mason was influential. Hit him with your saying.
If it ain't a cat, it's a dog.
He even says dog funny when he says it.
You have to. It's part of it.
So I ended up shopping around and found this in Missouri. Funny story. I made a couple Facebook posts. I was really trying to find one, and I couldn't find any I like. This was actually in my spam, and I saw it in my spam messages. Messaged a guy, and I'm like, it's got the stuff that I like. Messaged him. It's got the transmission I was looking for, rear suspension I was looking for. I was like, this has to be it. So let's walk around. We'll give you guys like a tour front to back, head to toe on this thing, and yeah. So one thing you'll notice, the color, it kind of looks black on camera, but it's actually original 2003 Peterbilt, whatever color their dark green would be. Some lighting it kind of looks bluish, dark lighting it kind of looks black. I would not in my life pick this color to put on anything, but I kind of fell in love with it. I think it looks good. So this truck is going to be formally known as Net 90 because we tried to build Net 90 and we have the frame back there for sale if anyone wants that. We got the frame stretch done though. That was like vital, and we put the rears under it. Thanks everybody.
It's so much time, and it's not very rewarding.
For what we do, no.
Yeah.
Like we rather spend our time working on.
We could build 3 race cars in the time it takes to build those. One truck.
Yeah. So this is it. We'll get to an important part right here. It is an extended hood. So there's a couple people on my TikTok that were saying it was a short hood. Get your eyes checked. This is the extended hood here. So we got long nose Pete 2003. It has a 6 NZ cat in it that is turned up. It's got a bigger turbo and a little bit bigger injectors in it. This thing runs pretty strong. Not gonna lie, this thing runs very good.
It's a man.
It is a man. You can tell it's serious because it's got these little mirrors right here that you can see the top of your stack, so you can see when that thing starts rolling cold when you're just.
It's the in-person cold cam right there.
Literally, you can just look in the mirrors and that thing's just huffing. But yeah, this thing, it's pretty customized. It came from a guy named Brent in Missouri. He had a couple trucks like this. And this thing, I don't know, how would you describe the upgrades that are done to it?
Very tasteful.
It is very tasteful. Again, just like the paint, if I were to spec everything out, I wouldn't have done it this way. I started to buy parts for it, and none of the parts are the parts that are on this, but it looks really good the way it is. 6 NZ, 18 speed. It has been stretched. It's 301 inches wheelbase. So right then and there, I don't want to down my man Steve, but if you ain't got a wheelbase that starts with a 3, you might also sit when you pee.
Damn!
Some bold statements coming from a non-CDL owning person right here. And we walk back here to the rear suspension. This is what sold me on it. It's got low air leaf rear suspension. So the low air leaf is the factory. I mean, all the stuff's got on air, but you can really like slam these when you park them, when you air them out. Like the tire is tucking in the fender. It just looks great. The ride quality's good. Being that's a little bit longer, the ride quality's even better. It's all done. That's like the biggest thing, that it's just done. Someone did it all, and this is like buying a race car that needs like a little bit tune adjustments, or you're gonna change the steering wheel, put a different set of wheels on it, maybe, you know, like change the door latches, the window locks, just like some basic stuff. But the overall, the motor, the transmission, the rear end, the truck is there, and it's got good bones. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, no, it's very, very easy to make it what we want from here.
Yes.
Nothing that's gonna ever put the truck down. The only thing I think, which I'm sure you'll get to it, the only thing we're gonna do that'll actually make the truck immobile is the car hauler front axle.
Yep.
Which any, big truck guy knows.
Yep.
You gotta have a car hauler front axle.
Gotta have a car hauler. All right, so I'm taking the camera from Dave, and Dave, you've been relieved of your duties. Before you leave, what are your thoughts on this unit?
It's gonna be burning the road up.
Dude,
drive it?
No.
Are you gonna get your CDLs with me?
I mean, maybe.
Dude, just the lowest energy response.
For real.
Yo, CDLs? Yeah. Look at those boots, hell yeah.
I'm ready.
My man can barely drive a manual car. My man can barely drive a manual car. Whoa. Whoa.
Easy, bud.
Hey, insert, talk about trucking. Hold on. Talk about trucking. Insert the clip of me just pulling yours
What do you mean by that?
all down that back road.
Bud! I don't think it's supposed to do that. TJ's alley?
Damn.
CJ
every
alley.
time if CJ's holding the steering wheel in that alley, whatever he's in is fucked.
Bro, what are you doing? That's you're doing. Oh, it hurt. He hurt it. He blew it up. The road behind our shop. If CJ's driving something on there, he's breaking it. It's all right though. It's all right. It's all right. You're here for the long haul. So, all right. Let's we'll kind of give you guys a walk around. It's inside right now. It's snowing. It's gross outside, so we're in here. Luckily, the truck barely fits. It's got aired out. We're right at like 12 foot 9 3/4 inches. The opening for the door is like 12.8 inches, and the only way it fits is when the front tires go off that little ledge. It squeaks in. CJ, how close is it?
It's very close. The stacks rub the rubber seal.
Yeah, it's literally that close. But yeah, no, this thing is, it's pretty decked out. There are some upgrades that we're going to do and some changes. The first thing, which I have to point this out, I had to buy a new Swan to put up here because my man jacked the hood emblem. We'll poke our head inside. 03 factory interior. For a 2003 truck, I'd say it's pretty good condition. The carpet is like immaculate. It's got the Corvette dash, which some people like lose their mind over. Mason, pop your head in here. Talk to him about the Corvette dash.
So I don't really know much about it. I'm not a Peterbilt guy. I just like them. I don't know anything about them. It does look a lot better than the square dash.
Yeah, no, it does look pretty good. It's kind of all tricked out. A lot of the
got all those switch extenders on it.
yeah, and it's like, I don't know how would you explain it, cowboyed out.
Yeah, it's old school.
It is old school. It's got
Which I prefer.
I like the old school five. It doesn't have a crazy drop visor on it. I'm kind of like up in the air if we're gonna leave the drop visor or I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't want to mess up the look of it, but I kind of want to like make it my own per se.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of other things that I would rather do than mess with it. I like the visor, honestly.
I like it.
I like the bow. It's like a bow tie style.
Reverse bow tie.
Yeah, whatever that is. I like that. There's one thing that burns me up.
What is it?
It's the floor.
The floor?
Yeah.
Just having the carpet or the rubber mats?
Dude.
What? You want to do like a marble floor? I know you.
Yeah, real bad.
It's got original.
Yeah, and it can
Original green carpet.
And it can stay original in the attic. And this thing could have a badass marble floor.
You want to do like a marble floor or something?
Real bad.
I do. So it's got a 63-inch bunk. There was a few things that I was like looking at that it needed to have. One, 63-inch bunk. Also, we got to get that mattress out of there because there ain't no telling how many lot lizards been on that. 63-inch bunk for the main reason of when we go to the track, there'll be probably a minimum of 4, possibly 5. So the goal is to put a sectional in here. Have like a sectional couch that would then fold up into a bed if you wanted it. So I got to find someone to do that. And we got to put a sound system back here. Have to. I'd like at some point just do button tuck everything because I think the button tuck looks good. This doesn't look bad. This is factory 2003 Pete.
It's so nice too. I hate it because the green matches the truck.
It does.
But I don't love it.
I don't love it, but it works.
Yeah. But
and like
exactly.
the wood grain and the green, it just kind of goes together.
But I really don't love the green. I love a good button tuck. I love a marble floor. So,
you like more like show truck. This is like, I mean, it's for a 2003, the interior's mint. It really is mint. We got to switch these out. They have like the watermelon lights there. We're going to have to put the watermelon lights there. The whole truck's getting all new watermelon lights. Glass lens. Forward facing is going to be amber cover. Rear facing is going to be red. And that's just, I think it kind of ties in that older look. Here, let's fire it up. Should we fire it up for him and just die one time in here? Also, we got to get a bigger shifter. We need to be about here.
Yeah.
I'd say that'd be.
Also, oh no, it doesn't do it anymore.
No, I put a set screw in here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's like a couple things that just drove me nuts on this thing. So here, we'll fire this thing up.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a manly truck right there. So the front is on air, but it's kind of, I think it's like a homemade air suspension. The rear is low air leaf, so the rear drops pretty good. The front drops, I don't know what, 3 inches.
Yeah.
And it has an overinflate as well. So we're gonna leave this button in there when we go to the low the low air leaf, or sorry, the car hauler front axle. As you can see, the CB was here. I got a new CB. It should be in today, tomorrow, whenever the weather gets better. Well, here, it's kind of loud. There's some cold revs because that's just what I do. I just cold rev them.
It's fine. It's like a Hemi, you know. You just can't hurt it.
No, you can't. What else we got to talk about? We got the Swan just chilling out there, looking pretty good.
I mean, you want to dump the hood up and.
It needs to be painted. I got to order the Dynaflex stuff.
It definitely, like, the engine bay is very, very clean. It definitely, you can tell someone, whoever drove it, cared, you know. Has this thing had a motor put in it?
It has, it's got 100,000 on a refresh.
It's not leaky, which is...
No, it just has one valve cover leak.
Yeah, but, like, the pan doesn't leak, the main seals don't leak, there's no small coolant leaks anywhere. Like, it's very clean. It's just...
Solid truck.
Yeah.
All new bushings in the rear end, all new joints in the drive shafts. Like I said, it's already been stretched. So the stuff that we're gonna do. All right, should we tell them what we're gonna do front to back?
Yeah.
All right, let's go through front to back. Tell them the tasteful upgrades that we have in mind, and we're gonna go from there. So again, I really like the look of this. Throughout this video, I'll throw in clips of it outside and driving around, just because it's snowy and rainy and it's kind of dirty. I cleaned it. We drove to the racetrack, got dirty again. So off rip, first order of business, new bumper. You want those gone?
They gotta go.
What do you want?
Factory.
I kind of don't like those, or I don't mind those because they have the blinkers behind them. I think it looks pretty good. That one needs to be replaced because it's got a dent. So regardless, we got to get one. Possibly change up the What about the LED ones?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like the slots.
Okay. All right, noted. Duly noted.
And that's too new school for this old school truck.
So one thing that, like I said, that we are doing, all of the forward-facing lights, we're replacing them with glass lens, dark amber watermelon lights. So to me, it's kind of got the old school. The clear, I think, looks good on the truck because there's a lot of stainless, a lot of chrome, but we want it to kind of give off that like old school vibe. Bumper, it's got like a little mark in here, right there. Seen better days. Also not a flush mount, so bumper's going. We're doing a bumper lift, right? So the whole bumper will come out and lift up when you flip a switch, and a 20-inch flush mount miter cut bumper. We're gonna put one watermelon light on each side, amber. It's not gonna have the forward and rear facing, it's just gonna have one on there, and that's going to be it. The biggest thing that we're gonna do is we got a factory from Peterbilt, everything, head to toe, along with a J. Farrell air ride kit, a car hauler front axle, a 389 Leaf. So we're converting the front end to a 389 with a car hauler axle. It's a 5-inch drop spindle. It's a wider width, and when you air it out, the bumper will be sitting on the ground. You like that?
That's how it's supposed to be.
So I bought that whole kit for the other frame, and we were going to put it on the frame and just keep building it, and then obviously we're going to take a lot of the parts from there and put them on this truck. So this truck's already got the 24.5, so I don't have to mess with the wheels, even though I do have a brand new set, 10 Alcoas 24.5s. But everything on here looks good.
A spare set might not be bad to have.
Just something to hold on to, you know. I do have that whole project's for sale if someone's interested in a big project. The frame stretch is already done correctly. Rear suspension's already drilled and bolted on correctly, and it's just 332 inches of frame, and I got a cab. I have another sleeper, but I'm going to keep that, so that's kind of where we're at.
So you have a bunch of money.
Yeah, unless you have a bunch of money, you can get that other sleeper because it's like brand spanking new. What else are we doing here? We're going to add a rear facing light right here. We're going to add a watermelon light off the side.
Window brackets.
Oh yeah, new mirror brackets. We got the 12 gauge mirror brackets, so we're gonna change the mirror brackets up. I really don't hate like the drop panels on this. They're way too short, but they work. And we're gonna stick some watermelon lights up under the cab and up under the sleeper.
Really nice tanks. The air tanks and the fuel tanks are both really nice on this truck.
Yeah, it's got a gnarly dent right here, but we're gonna just look past that for the price of just not replacing these tanks. These tanks are the early 379 tanks, so as you can see, they got the pickup down bottom. If we ever do change it, we're gonna switch over to the new style that have the pickup in the top. So just like little things like that. Again, I tried to learn. I tried to learn as much stuff about the trucks as I can, just to be educated. I still don't know a lot. We're gonna get the panel that covers up the rear suspension for the sleeper, paint it green, put net 90 on there, maybe a light on each side, and be done with that. The biggest change that I think is going to really make a difference is we're gonna get rid of the catwalk up here.
Yep.
And we're gonna do a flush deck plate. We're gonna remove the pole, move this a little bit further back, have it recessed, have it painted green to match the truck, and then that way it'll be just like a nice, clean, simple look without. Yeah, I don't hate this, but if you're gonna have light shining down, you can't have holes in it.
Yeah, this is probably awesome on a like a working truck, but not that we're not gonna work it, but to be honest, we ain't really working it. So.
The first person I see stand on our painted deck plate, I'm gonna break their knees.
I'm gonna stand on it the day we put it on.
Yeah, I know.
In my socks.
I already knew that. The next thing we're gonna do, longer fifth wheel slider. The trailer that we got has like a 3 to 4 foot generator cabinet on the front, so it hangs like really far forward. So it's a light trailer. We're gonna move the fifth wheel back a little bit just to give ourselves a little bit more room. Why are we giving ourselves more room?
Well, we hooked it up, and then we're like, damn, we've got to stretch this one.
Yeah.
And we got to talking to Steve, and we're like, we're not towing a heavy trailer, so we're just gonna, like he said, get a longer. We're just gonna move the fifth wheel back and just make the truck look longer.
Make it look longer, yeah. Instead of stretching it. Maybe down the road, I'd be interested in going to 312 inches just as a talking point or conversation piece. But for now, 300 inches, it's a long truck. If you drive it around, you could tell it's been stretched. Yeah, so we're doing that. We're gonna do the eye panel. I think that's what they call it. That goes between both tanks with some rear-facing lights and a T-bar. It's got a rear T-bar. We want to put a front T-bar on it. And I guess like the real question is like, are we going to do painted or stainless? What are we gonna do?
Now that I'm looking at the truck in here, everything below the sleeper is polished.
Yeah.
So they might need to be polished.
Yeah, he's not wrong about that. What if we paint the one that's up here?
I think you can paint the one up here.
This one's got to be stainless.
And this one needs to be stainless.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree with that.
that.
I agree with that. And they do have like, you can do like the low air leaf where you modify these brackets and get it to sit lower. But honestly, I don't know how much lower you can. It's almost, the tire's almost touching the fender.
Yeah, it's good.
So
You
I like it.
Well, I think that when they do that, I think they raise the fenders.
Yes.
Because, I mean, you'd have to, right? So
Yes.
There's no real point in that because you can't tell how low the back of the truck is. It's not like it has a, I mean, it's however.
You're not putting the frame on the ground.
Right. It's,
No.
it's all about however much tire you tuck, right?
Well, some of them run like the 255 tire, but
Yeah.
these are 24.5-inch rims with the Low Pro 24.5. So, I mean,
I don't think you need to do anything in the rear, like as far as height-wise. I mean,
Yeah,
No.
it's,
yeah, no, I mean, I'm good with it.
reality is we do have to be able to use it.
Yes, yeah, we have to be able to drive stuff to the racetrack. It's got the rear T-bar on there. Might replace those with watermelon lights. I don't know, the LED lights, you're not really going to see them that much with the trailer hooked up. Do plan on keeping it inside though, just because it is an 03 and fiberglass top on the sleeper, trying to preserve it as long as we can. It's going to need a paint job in a couple years if we walk around it. I mean, I say that because the amount of use, like if we put 50,000 miles on it in a year, that's a lot, where these guys are putting 200,000 on them. You can see here some cancer, a little bit flaking off, some stuff around the doors, some brackets like that, just like your typical wear and tear. But for a truck that is, what is this, 22 years old?
Yeah.
Damn, for a 22-year-old truck, I'd say it's in pretty good shape. So we're gonna be filming some videos of doing the upgrades. When Steve and Marv come down to do the front axle swap and the whole conversion, we're gonna be filming all of that, and then all the stuff along the way. We know how to do fabrication, so as far as fabricating a deck plate, I think we can handle that. We're just gonna get some aluminum and then get it painted, and yeah. So I'm very excited. What are you guys thoughts?
Oh, I'm excited. I've wanted a Peterbilt, my whole life.
So I mean, same. We literally have it sitting in here, and we'll be playing American Truck Simulator of what we got here, which is pretty cool. So we'll just get CJ trained up on shifting gears and splitting gears and double clutching and lot lizards and all that. And
Fish jugs.
do me a favor, guys. Comment down below if there's something on the truck that you guys want to see or want to talk about or go over. Let us know. I do want to film some content with the trucks. this is the John Doc YouTube channel, so it's not 100% racing. We do want to have some vlogs of us traveling to the races and stuff like that, because we have a good time in the toter as it is, but having this and something that's cool and badass and looks good in a talking piece, yeah, it's awesome. So plan on having a lot of content out. We got the trailer. You guys saw that not too long ago. Believe it or not, the things we do, they're kind of strategic, and there is a plan. There's an end goal. So we got to get the trailer wrapped. Full throttle signs. Jason up in Pennsylvania is going to hook it up. And yeah, so that's what we got going on. Comment down below what you guys want to see. Any input. If you guys are out there driving trucks, let us know if I offended you with any trucker comments or jokes. It's just a joke. And just remember, Mason's the baddest shit hauler in Indiana there ever was. Spitting drive shafts out and grind. Mason was just telling me how he had to stop on the highway because he couldn't get it in gear one time.
It happens. Any trucker on there will tell you it's happened to them.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys are excited. We're excited, and we'll see you in the next video.